Republican Senator Joseph McCarthy has been dead for over 60 years. But now it looks like Representative Adam Schiff is desperately trying to resurrect his spirit for the Democratic Party's Russiagate efforts. Look, the story's familiar. The red enemy was everywhere. Our military, the intelligence community, our cabinet, and even the White House was filled with spies from Russia. And a relatively unknown congressman continued to deliver convincing tales of Russian infiltration into our government. Sometimes there was a little evidence. Other times it was just speculation sold as evidence. And the news media breathlessly played along. The current similarities to 1950 are stunning. The president demanding that employees demonstrate loyalty. A press that sees any slight connection to Russia as some evidence that someone participated in subversive acts. And at the center of it all, these congressmen connecting all of the dots for the public, even when all of the dots aren't really there. Adam Schiff, he hasn't sunk quite yet to Joe McCarthy's levels, but the comparison is apt. If you listen to Representative Schiff's opening statement on the Russian investigation in March, you had to wonder why that there was even an investigation taking place in the first place. Schiff laid out this beautiful story that removed most doubt from the story that Donald Trump was working directly with the Russians to defeat Hillary Clinton in 2016. Likewise, McCarthy's speech in 1950 in West Virginia named names and told this story of the State Department being overrun by communists. He said, and I quote, "In my opinion, the State Department, which is one of the most important government departments, is thoroughly infested with communists." Following that speech, McCarthy was known to assault anyone that didn't fit his political mold with accusations of Soviet collusion, and the press followed along gleefully. Just like now, red hysteria, it's moving the media meters. Back in the day, during McCarthy's heyday, exaggerated headlines were all over the place. Reds in high places face Senate quiz. And now you have Rachel Maddow and CNN cashing in on the current Russia story in this huge way, even when they're producing patently false news items. And Schiff, he's loving it. He is featured on every primetime show he can get his face out to. And again, there's always been just enough evidence to fuel the hysteria. In the 50s and 60s, of course, Russia was trying to interfere with our government. Just like now, Russia is an enemy, but not everything revolves around Russia. Look, Adam Schiff, he's far from the alcohol-fueled hatred of Joseph McCarthy, but there are lessons to be learned. Again, Russia is a threat. So are dozens of other countries. But of course, like me, a lot of us grew up with movies like Red Dawn and Rocky IV. So whenever we hear someone has ties to Putin, we might as well take that and see that person as a Russian spy. 6 Degrees of Vlad Putin has become the media's new favorite game, and Adam Schiff, well, he's overjoyed to perpetuate it. Look, before Russiagate, Schiff was an unknown. He was a moderate. He was described as milquetoast. And now, all of a sudden, there's headlines calling him a champion of the left. Something that's rather important, considering that he's been now mentioned to run for Dianne Feinstein's seat when she steps down as senator in California. Heck, before Russiagate, when Schiff's name was included in polls for possibly replacing, he lived in single digits. And now everyone knows who Adam Schiff is. Look, I'm with you guys. Trump sucks. I don't want him in office. I don't want him in there any more than you do. And yes, Russia's an enemy, and they work to interfere with our democracy. And indeed, the Trump campaign, they're full of damn shady people like Trump Jr., Michael Flynn, and Paul Manafort. These people are highly unethical. However, unlike Adam Schiff, not everything can be blamed on the Russians. Healthcare, immigration, tax reform, big pharma, buying congressmen, none of that is Russia's fault. We are a long way away from a new era of McCarthyism, but if the Russia hawks like Adam Schiff have their way, we could be quickly approaching it.
If you like this video, make sure that you like, comment, and share, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to help support Ring of Fire, go to patreon.com/TheRingOfFire, become a monthly patron to help support independent progressive media.